and more inspired and more ready to give yourself than a toxic nigga who ain't about shit. Because you gonna find out, yo, he owe everybody money. All right, you was fighting with little TJ because you ain't want to give him back his racks. And now here we are in the documentary. Do you know what documentary that we're in right now? We're in a documentary called Surviving Offset. Can you believe it? Do you believe? So before we get into the cook, we got to go to the beginning of this, right? When we first started being exposed to how bad Offset's gambling addiction is, like I said before. Where we are now is that Offset has been shot somewhere on his person. They were saying his ass and everything, but he strongly suggests that he didn't get shot in the ass. So we're gonna just take him at his word. He said he didn't get shot in the ass. But before I go any further on this cook, let me make sure that we got the sound right. All right, cool. We Gucci. All right, so I'm gonna go to this podcast with Selena Powell dressed in pajamas with this other light skinned girl that I'm not that aware of, but shout out to her for having it. So I'm gonna show a few clips first. We're gonna get to it. So this was a payment. This was Selena Powell getting her what you call her pound of flesh. You heard me? She was getting her pound of flesh off right quick, right? So Offset is paying right now. Okay, so this was a few months ago, and what she was doing was shedding light into kind of like who Offset really is. Now, I never thought much about who Offset is as a person. I was never super interested, but now that you're mentioning it, this nigga is wilding. But let's go ahead and get into a few of the highlights from that interview or that conversation.
He said that Stefan went to the hospital when she gave birth and was only there for a few hours because when they were signing the birth certificate, the nurse told her, like, yeah, because you're legally married, it has to be Offset's name or your name. And so he got mad, like last name. Mm-hmm. And he got mad and abandoned her for like 3 days. That they're not even good, yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. That's what he told me. He said that Stefan.
So she's speaking to the whole situation with Cardi's new child, which is freaking crazy. Cardi B had the child with Stefan Diggs, as if it's like not going to turn into like an actual person with feelings and thoughts and emotions and ambitions and all types of challenges and just all the spice of life. That, like, having more kids is like getting a new car for Cardi B, you know what I'm saying? Or just updating her wardrobe. It's like, you know, it's like no thought went into it. But anyway, so when she had her baby for Stefan Diggs, right after giving Offset a baby like the year before, which is wild and crazy work. Wild and crazy work. I'm just
your body. If you love me, let me get your body.
Wild and crazy work, right? So in Georgia law, if you're married and if you're legally married, even if you're having a child by someone else, that other person cannot sign the birth certificate. I'm not sure why they do that, but that's what was going on. So that's what she's talking about, right? So then after that, she got into nigga making some crazy threats.
And then he told me that he was gonna when he sees Stefan, he's gonna shoot him in his knee and strip him and rob him.
If I catch Buddy and I can catch him, it's gonna be bad.
You
so I
gonna
think
beat
she
him
on
up?
some beat, strip, shot in the knee, all type of shit. See, I wasn't on his
Shot
ass.
in the knee?
Crackhead.
Yeah.
We
And
knew that though.
he said that Stefan went to the hospital when she gave birth and was only there for a few hours because when they were signing the birth certificate, the nurse told her, like, yeah, because you're legally married, it has to be Offset's name or your name. And so he got mad, like last name. Mm-hmm. And he got mad and abandoned her for like 3 days. That they're not even good.
Out here, it's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. Little ninja, I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
I don't know, man. So, again, putting more of the business out there. So she also put out, let's say if he actually would have done that, right? She would have had the evidence to prove that was his intention. Or that he could be a suspect for a crime. So she's putting Buddy all the way out there. But this was a story that really set things off in terms of giving people a look into Offset's finances and what Offset's been up to since, broke up with Cardi B. He not in the Migos no more. I mean, I know he ain't been in Migos in years, but still, him trying to navigate as a solo artist, him navigating as a divorcee. Not that it matters because obviously Offset has a strong support from the Latina community. You won't believe how many Latinas are riding for this nigga, man. I keep trying to tell y'all, the worst niggas get the most support. When y'all find out how much love and support he was getting, and not even from to do anything positive with it. It wasn't even like he's doing like a positive thing or he's trying to get out of a bad situation. This is all for him to gamble. This is also he can be at the casino. He said, forget the beats, nigga. I'm on these beats. You understand?
So
What?
he
I'm the fucking clock. I've been doing this shit a long time. I posted this video.
was like, this is, I did a favor and this is a test. I was like, okay, what? He was like, how much money can you get or are you by? And I was like, I mean, like,
Yo, him starting off. Anytime someone calls you and says, I got a test for you, or this is a test, yo, whatever it is, don't do it. All right, that reminds me of a time when I was a young dude, a young fella. You know what I'm saying? I was in like 9th grade, something like that. And again, you know what's funny about the whole age gap thing, right? It's like how much more common and how much more normal it was for grown ass men to like really be trying to like talk to like girls in high school, right? At the time, I ain't gonna lie. Now this age gap, nah, she wasn't legal. And so this guy, he cut my hair like one time, cool nigga, he rapped too, right? And him saying to me like, yo, so it's gonna be your first test. I want you to go tell old girl over there to meet Wiz at the Jamaican spot. I'm over here like, nigga, what? Meet Wiz, nigga, you 28? Because like, it wasn't like nowhere near our age. You 28, nigga. That's like mad older, right? And so I'm young, so I go and tell the girl and everything, right? So she ain't go over there and everything. I didn't push the issue. I said, oh, Wiz said to meet him in the Jamaican spot. She's like, oh, I don't know Wiz. I said, all right, well, shit. Well, you know what I mean?
Someone needs a place to stay for the holidays.
You know what I mean? Shit,
Heck,
you know.
niggas always gotta show they
I showed my teeth and I got up out of there. You know what I mean? But yeah, like you told me this is your first test. So anyway, so Offset calls and says, hey, the test I have for you is for you to give me some money. Like test for what? But anyway, you know what? When Academics was doing a breakdown on this, right? He was kind of talking about how he knows Selena more personally and he knows how Selena is. And ironically, right, what's funny about girls like this, now this is someone who's a sex worker that's in the life and whatnot, right? But at the same time, she's in a position where she can express a dedication. She actually can put her money where her mouth is and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the footage, but this was back a few months ago, and again, no one really knew, at least the public didn't know, like how bad or how down bad Offset was to the point where, let me tell you something right now, there was never a good time in life where you are borrowing money or just taking money from OnlyFans girls. That girl need her OnlyFans money. You don't know what's gonna happen to anything can happen. Well, not anything. Age is gonna happen to Selena. I don't know how much longer she can keep this up. I'm gonna assume she like sugar in the real life, because most of the time those girls is, they usually have a couple of guys they've seen that's taking care of them and whatnot, you know what I mean, if they smart. But she made good money though. So we're gonna play the drawing, all right?
I have I sent him the video, like all that money that I have in my safe.
You're a rich bitch.
And he immediately called me. He called me back and then he was like, bring all of it. I was like, I don't even know how much this is. He was like, bring all of it, because I have a shit ton of 20s and then like hundreds.
At the time, not now, currently.
No, yeah, no.
Because, continue. Keep going.
Because now, so then he was like, yeah, bring all of it. So I actually did. But in my mind, I was like, I can't give him the 20s. Like, let me just give him the hundreds. He was like counting out in the car. I went to the casino, by the way. I'm not going to do every single detail and have this.
She's working on her 40-minute straight drag.
Yeah. Because it gets worse, y'all. So then I get to the casino or whatever. He gets in the car. And then he's like we talk or whatever. He gives me a kiss. I was like,
this nigga's a real freaky one now. Real freaky ass nigga. We're kissing. We want to fuck on the period. I'm all for laying the tie down. But baby, on the first link up, I don't even know you like that. Like the tie down, you're nasty.
Yeah,
red flag.
We
mad
didn't
nasty.
though. We
I ain't
didn't
gonna
fuck that night. It was
That's mad nasty.